Hi, my name is Caroline Lawton, and I'm going to be discussing the debate between whether or not queen excluders are worth using as a beekeeper. Many beekeepers don't like using queen excluders and refer to them as honey excluders because they think that worker bees don't really like to pass through the queen excluder grate. So what is a queen excluder? It's a thin metal or plastic grate that you put over the brood supers, and the grate is big enough that the worker bees can pass through it, but thin enough that the queen cannot. This keeps the queen from laying eggs in the honey super, thus stopping larvae from contaminating your honey. And this is a metal grate excluder. Some advantages of using queen excluders are that they stop larvae from contaminating your honey. Also, since frames with larvae on them can't be used for honey extraction, using queen excluders can give you more frames where honey extraction is available. And also, it makes it easier to locate the queen and check the overall health of the hive, which is a big time saver and can make your life a lot easier. Some disadvantages of using queen excluders are that it can be difficult for worker bees to pass through it. It can cause bees to lose the queen sent sooner, leading to earlier swarming. And drones often can't pass through it and get stuck and die, and that causes the grate to get clogged. And fewer worker bees will pass through it. The excluder also can be confusing to bees, and some beekeepers even observed their bees building comb on it. Finally, some say that it can reduce overall productivity of honey and brood rearing in the hive. So in 1985, Dot did a study at Ohio State, and it wasn't a formal experiment at all. Only 15 hives were used. 5 control hives with no queen excluders and only a bottom entrance, and then 5 hives with queen excluders and bottom entrances, and then 5 hives with queen excluders and additional upper entrances. And the study was done just to see how queen excluders affected and entrances affected productivity. So what they found was that control hives produced over 700 square inches of brood at the peak of the season, whereas hives with queen excluders and bottom entrances only produced around 300 square inches. But by the end of the season, control hives had an average of 49 pounds of honey in each hive, while queen excluders in each super, while queen excluders with bottom entrances only produced 14 pounds of honey. But if you add an extra entrance at the top of the hive with queen excluders, they're able to produce around 47 pounds of honey per super. So in conclusion, if queen excluders are going to be used, it's best to add a top entrance to encourage bees to bring pollen and nectar into the honey supers rather than brood supers. And while queen excluders may be very effective in reducing brood contamination in honey, many successful beekeepers do fine without them because bees will usually keep brood in the bottom supers anyways.